48 hours. It began Friday morning with the dismissal of Don Nelson after only 59 games, with longtime assistant Jeff Van Gundy taking over. The Knicks say it is not necessarily interim, but there certainly is the possibility of that Knicks job opening for next season. Does that change the ongoing contract negotiations for the one-time Knicks? Bulls head coach Phil Jackson. We talked about it yesterday with Phil.
Of course it changes things. I mean, one of the things when I started, obviously, talking to the Knicks, to the management about a new job and a new contract, was the fact that there were no really availabilities in this league with contending teams open. Suddenly, over the course of the season, there are many jobs that are open, and things like that change dramatically the opportunities that a person has to go to. As far as in our mind as to whether the loyalties lie to this basketball club and the players and the management, I still have loyalties here.
But is this now a factor? Could something happen in that direction?
I don't know. I really don't.
Well, no question about it. Phil Jackson is in the catbird seat with his team at 54-6, wide open as far as a free agent at the end of the year. It looks like he's going to use this, as Luke Volley knocks one in, as he's going to use this to the best of his advantage.
Are you saying Phil knows how to spell the word leverage? I don't think Jerry Krause and Bulls management was that delighted with the departure of Don Nelson. Ewing is now 4 of 5, and the Knicks now lead 14-5. And Michael Jordan has been kidding, at least in the locker room. Of course, Michael will be a free agent following this season. He's saying to Phil, hey, you and me, we go to New York as a package. So that's been a thrilling thing to hear for Jerry Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause.
Well, Michael, being Phil's biggest endorser, only strengthens Phil Jackson's position that much more.
J.R. Reed continuing the Knicks onslaught. They've opened up by hitting 8 of their first 11, and they lead 16-5. And the foul is called on Harper. Holding foul indicated by Bill Oakes.
I'll tell you what, when you start knocking down jump shots as the Knicks are in this first quarter, it makes your new identity of defense look that much better. But so far, the Bulls with only 5 points. Make it 7.
Yes, Michael Jordan flying to the basket, 16-7. The Knicks with the lead. And Jordan with 5 points. He's hit 2 of 3 from the field. 6:20 to go in this opening quarter. They double up on Ewing. And the steal by Pippen. Here's Harper on the wing. Here's Harper whipping by Davis. The Knicks lead 16-9. Ewing. Oh, he is on fire. Patrick Ewing with 10 points here halfway through the first quarter. We're told that Peter Vesey just had a phone conversation with the Chicago Bulls principal owner Jerry Reinsdorf on the subject of Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. And we'll hear the response of Jerry Reinsdorf at halftime. Knicks 18 and the Bulls 9. Knicks 9 of 12 from the field here at the start. Illegal defense to call against the Bulls.
Well, as soon as you think you're playing good defense against the Chicago Bulls, here goes a nice little handoff to Michael Jordan, always moving without the ball once they get into their triangle offense. And Derek Harper just not making the quick move to step out and stop that play, take the charge, or foul.
Davis for Mason. Played on a switch by Jordan. Mason trying to take him to the hoop. Davis for 3. And slapped aside by Reed. J.R. Reed has been very aggressive here at the start, in particular off the offensive boards, where the Knicks have had major problems. Last in the NBA in offensive rebounding, averaging only 10 per game. Patrick Ewing with only 5 offensive rebounds the last 5 games. Scottie Pippen getting inside. And the Knicks now lead 18-11.
Big height advantage inside for Pippen against Derek Harper. Took advantage of it.
Hubert Davis. That's his first field goal. Hubert really on a roll recently, although did not have a good shooting second half against the Sixers on Friday night, and finished 6 of 15. Jordan for Harper. Did not have the shot. Longley with the recovery. Good play by Luke Longley. Shot clock is down to 5. Pippen going at Harper. And Reed on the rebound. Knicks have a 4-on-3. Davis had it knocked away. Broken up by Harper.
Marv, you mentioned the problems the Knicks have had on the offensive boards, dead last. Now, part of that lately is the absence of Charles Oakley, who will give you about 3 a game. But even when Oakley was here, they were still not a good offensive rebounding team. And a lot has to do with the way that the Knicks play offense. They're just not ready when the shot goes up to climb the glass. And when you have Patrick Ewing, your biggest player, we've seen Charles Oakley, who's out till April 1st with that thumb injury. But Patrick Ewing, your biggest man, is generally on the perimeter taking jump shots. And Oakley also does not play inside. He is a perimeter jump shooter as well. So that leaves Anthony Mason as your primary offensive rebounder.
The Bulls foul was called on Longley. The Knicks have won only 4 of 14 since Oakley was sidelined. They were 30-16 when Oakley went down with the injury. Nice fake by Davis with the shot clock down at 2, and he drew the foul on Harper.
Hubert Davis was in trouble here. He knew he spotted that shot clock with 4 seconds to go and was trying to penetrate, something he's been doing a much better job of, getting all the way to the basket. It's one reason why he's in the starting lineup, but just a good up fake getting Ron Harper out of position. Hubert Davis, throughout all of this turmoil, has probably been the beneficiary, taking over the starting spot in place of John Starks, and the improved shooting and three-point shooting as well. Number 3 in the league.
And doing the job at the foul line. He's hit 46 of his last 48, at one point 27 in a row at the line by Davis. Knicks 22 and the Bulls 11. 3.5 remaining in the first quarter. Ewing jumping out on a switch. Jordan able to find Longley. Luke Longley drills it, and the Knicks are up 22-13. J.R. Reed called for steps. You might see Luke Longley get more playing time than usual because the Bulls are hurting at the center position. Bill Wennington out with an ankle injury, bone spurs in his ankle, which has bothered him for a while. James Edwards is back on the roster. John Sally signed to a 10-day contract earlier in the week. Beautiful fake by Jordan, then lost the handle. Bulls wanted a foul. Phil Jackson upset. Davis got the step, and he's fouled on a reach-in by Harper.
Well, Michael has been guarded by Anthony Mason, which looks like an unusual matchup, but this is the way they went in the second half the last time they played. And Mason, coming from behind after being beaten badly on the play, able to get a piece of the ball, a good block.